Good morning. This is just Norm, and it is indeed Sunday, March 23rd, 2014. I am in the midst of the Florida Beach Half-a-thon Series, 13.1 miles in grandiose Fort DeSoto Park. It is a fairly comfortable morning with temperatures around 67 to 70 degrees, slightly overcast skies, and humidity probably around 70%, which is a little high for my liking. However, the last race I ran, it was 100%. Persistence pays off. It's kind of ironic that I'm running 12k today and my hit count is 13k. This is one of those steep little sections that catches you in the first 10 minutes of a run. Up. There's a deer. Take a picture of this chap. Sitting proud, or standing proud, on top of a rock, smiling at me. Yeah, I took 3 pictures because he was posing so nicely. Let's take a 4th one. Goodbye, see you later. Seen such a well-behaved deer before. So, today I decided not to use my Runkeeper app. I'm sure getting a little tired of the girl's voice.
5 to 700. So it's a popular race and growing in popularity.
But not to run their famous marathon. That kind of activity doesn't really appeal to me, really. Just way too many people. That's one of the main reasons I enjoy training so much, and ultras. It's because you never get a huge crowd of people. Of the running community, the ultra running community is probably 2/100th the size of the running community. In other words, of 200 runners, you might have one ultra marathon runner in that group. So it's a pretty rarefied group of people. And I'm sure a lot of them, like myself, don't like crowds.
On a cold, dark night on the Spanish Trail, gonna hurry on back to my hotel room, where I got me a date with Botticelli's niece.
Oh, you may hear just a subtle breeze as I feel it. Yesterday was the day that I usually run around my neighborhood, but did not for the sake of today, and kept my previous weekly Tuesday and Thursday runs purposefully about 3 or 4 miles. No, I did 4 miles each day. Yeah. So, in preparation for this race here, it was hard not to run yesterday. Felt kind of anxious about it. Felt like I should be out there running. I got some downtime, and I went to bed about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and immediately fell asleep. And arose at 4 a.m. this morning, which gave me plenty of time to eat 2 hard-boiled eggs and an English muffin. But with some coffee. Hello, gotta have my coffee.
So I'm about 500 meters from the corner at, let me think now, Brayfoot and Queensberry. And Queensberry runs by the pond, King's Pond, which is at the north end of the Cedar Hill Golf Course. You will probably notice when I run through a gaggle of ducks which seem to live the whole year at King's Pond. Because this is a road loop, I'm running, as you might have noticed, a little harder than when I do trails. Unlike when I ran the Gasparilla a few weeks ago and had a bit of a late start, felt very rushed and hurried and made the whole race just feel clunky. So I was out of my zone, the norm zone. My wife and girls are going to come with me today and just kind of have some fun at Fort DeSoto Park. But when I said
numbers like
something like a bird within her sang. All I know, she sang a little while and then flew on. Tell me all that you know, I'll show you snow and rain. That same sweet song again, will you know why?
It is pretty calm today, but with this added vigor in my step, I might have a little bit of a swish, 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 swish sound that we've all heard so often on the old Jackal podcast. It's when I'm running fast that I'm swinging my arms, and as my brother Norman pointed out, that swish, swish, swish is all part of the whole experience. But what can you do? You can either run with your elbows bent and the recorder very close to your chest. I'm on the chip now. Morning. Just coming up on King's Pond. Yeah, either with your arms bent close to your nipple so that you're not swishing your arms too much. That's probably the best solution. You can't keep your arm perfectly still. Hello. Hello. I managed to shut up. How about that? Running through 30 ducks and not one of them was spooked.
like 4 and 5 in the morning, the smile quickly went away from their face. It's a very flat course. There's no hills to it. And as I said, very scenic. I'm starting to move past some of those sea outbounds, and pretty soon I'll be looking directly into the waters of Tampa Bay, and it is a gorgeous, gorgeous sight. Alright, I'm gonna concentrate on the run a little bit, and I'm gonna pause you guys and come back in a little while. So stay with me along the route, would you? And we'll be back.
Less the people.
took a little breather to concentrate on the running and the synchronous breathing and the metronome footsteps and the chanting in my mind with things like, let the race come to you, let the race come to you, let the run come to you, stay here, stay now, stay here, in the now. It really is worth its weight in gold to chant those things to yourself, whether it's verbally or in your mind, interspersed with the breathing. So there's a mini what's the word I'm looking for? Encouragement crowd. 3 girls. I've seen as many as 10, 15, and 3 coming along a big sign that says Bay Pier, and it does have exactly that. I'm about 100 yards from the water now, but I can still see it, and there's a long pier, I suspect for fishing and just general sightseeing. Anyway, I am at about 5.5 miles now with just really a feel-good pace.
Those kind of luxuries, they end up just driving around their rancher homes in their power chairs. It's quite sad, but I did enjoy getting to know Ken. I worked with him for 2 years, and then eventually he went to hospice. San Juan, within 2 or 3 minutes of my home. I've probably done 10 kilometers by now. I have thrown caution to the wind on this podcast, literally and figuratively. I looked at my voice recorder and I had, I think it was 34 minutes of recorded time, so I figured I'm about 12-15 minutes long, and I just will just leave it running, and if it gets too windy, just shut the fuck up. You can hear it's still morning. It's always confusing around noon when you start running in the morning and then you have to start remembering to say good afternoon. I hate the smell of tobacco when I'm running. It really bugs me. Especially if there's 2 or 3 guys smoking together. It always smells worse when you have 2 or 3 different tobacco smells. I guess also the fact that some of the tobacco is freshly lit and some of it is that horrible smelling butt end of the tobacco, of the cigarette, I should say. I was fortunate in a way. I was introduced to tobacco very young. My older brother smoked with his 12-year-old friends, and I think I probably started with tobacco around 8 years old. I think it might have stunted my growth and made my hair fall out, but I packed it in pretty soon after. I think I probably gave up smoking at the age of 8.5.
There's mosquitoes on the river, fish rising up like birds. Been hot for 7 weeks now, too hot to even speak now. Did you hear what I just heard? It might have been a fiddle, or it could have been the wind.
Cones. I don't know what that purpose is. I'm sure they're race volunteers and some of the directors. But I remember them last year scooting up while we were trying to run. And now I am one of the few to make the turnaround. And I'm passing those that were behind me, still longingly and achingly making their way to the 8-mile turnaround cul-de-sac. And I give them the thumbs up and waves of encouragement with an occasional verbal out to them. Again, the human spirit is out in full force this day. There is joy in the air amongst any anguish that might be in place. And here's a lady dancing down the way. That's the way to move. She is just joking and dancing to the sound coming through your earphones. It's more like a walk dance. Alright, that's a walk break for me. I'm going to pause you guys and pick up around mile 9 or 10 and we'll talk some more.
Go Holly!
Okay, my friends, back. I am walking just past the mile 11 marker. The Florida Gulf Beach is 11 miles. Mr. Garmin says 11.11, and I don't know what Runkeeper said. I think she's ahead of all of us. So my time may be a aggregate compilation, if you will. So right now I'm on just a bit of an extended walk break. I just finished a walk break, but stopped to get some water and Gatorade, and I will start up in a few more. Well, why not? Why wait? Let's go. Come on. I will tell you that I still feel quite well, and to me, this was one of the, if not the best, Florida hackathons I think I've run. And just in terms of running well, that's all. Nothing more, nothing less. Oh, I forgot to tell you, And before the race, I found the Hubbards. Yes, you know, Maddie Hubba and her husband, Daryl Hubbard. They have a business. I know I'm going to get this wrong, but I'm sure Matt will forgive me. I think it's Iron Sport Works or Sport Iron Works. Anyway, they make these phenomenally artistic race medal holders in all different sizes, colors, and styles. And they live a long way from here, Central Florida. So they go around to some of the local races and set up their vending shops. And I knew she'd be here. She said, please look for me at the race. And I did, so I got to meet Mr. Hubbard. And we had a nice little talk before the race. And so, shout out to the Hubbards as I'm rocking my way down the Florida Avenue. The sun came out for a little bit, although not overbearing. It was kind of peeking in and out of the clouds and making for a very clear, not crisp, but clear, beautiful day down here. Alright, I am going to once again pause this, and I will talk with you when I'm at about mile 12 or 13.
Yeah, so the music, Grateful Dead, early Grateful Dead, courtesy of the Dead Pod. Hello.
They get that
Just wave to my neighbor and his dog. Yeah, all the cherry blossoms are out on my street. How about that? So this is the running Jackal finishing off his freedom run on Friday. Tomorrow I'm working with Graham, and on Sunday I'll be working with Sandy.
It's morning!
Wow, what a start, folks.
Two of my finest athletes training.
Thank you.
Bye-bye from Victoria.
That was fun, kids. Yeah, thank you. All right, I'm gonna walk around a little bit. A run, well run. This is just Norm. We'll see you next time, kids. I love you. Bye-bye.